Think it's cool? No. Oh no. Why do you think that? Because I think the moon obviously, they're all taken from the same distance. They're all taken from the same distance and the same diameter. And there's not one real photo. From space, they tell us. But there's one real photo.
It's not an easy thing to digest.
Photoshop.
Hi all. Can you give us a quick okay if you can hear me okay?
The thing is, 5 years ago when we were doing the research, it was so much easier than today.
We should. If I went to the moon 15 years ago, there should be 24/7
You will not get the same information we were getting. So you have to deep dive into the
Thank you,
information.
David. This is a chap that you might all recognise.
Pleasure and an honor to be part of this family. I love you all.
So that's Fayez.
Fayez. Known as Victor in the States.
Victor in the States.
Yes. Fayez means Victor.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
All right.
Victorious.
You prefer people calling you...
My passport name and my parents called me Fayez, so yeah, I'll stick to that.
That's awesome that you've come all the way here.
I love you.
Yeah, I love
no
you
idea.
too. Yeah.
That feeling of family, more than my blood family.
So this guy turned up out of nowhere from what's it, last year, a year today from New York.
Exactly a year today.
And he'd been once or twice before, but us guys, we weren't speaking here. And then all of a sudden he turned up. I was struggling with this little Chinese guy.
Yes.
Really struggling, and he come and saved the day. And all to do with the physical side of it, the physics
Correct.
side of it.
Yes.
You
The physics,
destroyed
the
him.
physics.
and
I'm
you-
also a pilot, private pilot. I have my credentials.
Yeah.
On a private level with Cessnas, and there's nothing complicated about this. This is a belief that everybody's had for thousands of years. A couple of companies with government agencies have tried to fool us into thinking something else. We are scientists. If they could disprove us in 30 seconds if they wanted to, but they can't. Unfortunately, this is not only about the ball lie, it's about other subjects that we're going to talk about today. Our health, the science, our energy, the love for one each other, the deception of money, our history. So it's all tied into each other.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Bravo.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. We're going to try and catch quite a lot of people today.
Yes. How are you feeling about that?
You're gonna
I'm
catch
not gonna
Oh my God, I've
too
seen
much
you.
talking today myself.
Yes.
I think I want to.
Remember to give me a signature today.
Of course, an autograph, I give autograph for £10 each, but for this guy I'll give it for free.
Thank you
just
so
for
much.
him, just
Thank
for
you.
him.
God bless you.
Because he was the first one to ask.
Thank you.
There's just so many people who ask me for autographs.
Yes.
That I'll actually give one.
Yes. Where are you
one guy
from
discount.
originally?
I'm from Ukraine.
Oh, beautiful. What do you think of Nikola Tesla?
Nikola Tesla was a good guy. He was a nice guy. I went with him to primary school. You know, he was a very nice guy. He used to put all the apples inside of his backpack and go home with them. You know.
Do you know that he was the inventor of nearly 390 products, of which he has the patents too?
I know. 350 actually. 350
That was
to
around
be
390,
exact.
yeah.
One of them was the printing press. You know, he invented the printing press.
No, I did not know that, nor do I think he invented the printing
I'm joking
press.
with you guys.
We're
I'm
talking
joking.
more in the lines of AC, current, induction motor, which Elon Musk's Tesla company
Elon
uses
Musk, you
today.
mean?
Yeah,
Elon Musk.
120 years ago. Okay,
nice,
so
very
basically he's a man that we should all look up to.
Of course.
And understand that he helped
Like
in
all
radio,
scientists
he helped
who
in
help to
Wi-Fi,
progress
in radar.
knowledge.
Yes, but this specific scientist died broke at the age of 89 in the New Yorker hotel. So we need to concentrate and emphasize a little bit on him today. You know what I mean?
Why?
Because there's so many inventions created by him, and for some reason they were oppressed and suppressed. That means there is a hidden force that's acting out on certain issues that's happening around the earth, and this will help you understand that there are other delusions taking place. Tesla is very important in this community because if science is manipulated there, then it's easy to understand why science is manipulated here.
Who's manipulating it?
There are forces. We have cousins and relatives that are working with these forces. I, at one point, was manipulating women when I was young. So these forces are within us. Correct? Now
Look
I
at
no
this
longer,
handsome devil.
Yes.
He was manipulating
Now I no longer
women.
see women as equal to
Same,
me.
bro,
I see them
same,
as
you know.
superior to me.
You gotta be a sweet talker when you don't have the looks. It's me like that, you know. I have to be a sweet talker because
You
I don't
look
get
better than Tom Cruise.
Thank you, thank
You're
you.
Hollywood material. So basically,
Why am
this
I
is
not
why
in
I asked
Hollywood
you
then?
about Nikola Tesla. You understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand.
So it's a combination.
My
You
homie
understand who
Nikola Tesla.
Charles Steinmetz was, you understand the whole idea of deception going on, then this whole idea of being deceived is not even complicated. Then you can touch issues like health and other important subjects, like energy, like finance, like why are governments not doing their main job as representing the people? And if you represent a country, you're supposed to act as a father and a mother. And as a father, what do I want for my citizens? Housing, free education, free energy, free food, good source
Everything
of
is free. Just let's get everything free.
Are they paying for it?
Who?
Whoever is doing it. We have free oxygen here. God gave us waters. God gave us trees. We have minerals all over the place. Why should we be paying for it?
Yeah, man. But look, oxygen is not the only thing you need to survive. That's the problem. You need more
Unfortunately, you're
things.
wrong because breatharians are proving that through oxygen.
the
Listen,
breatharians.
I'm not a breatharian, nor do I support it. But the idea is, if you can actually change your body into a solar energy style, solar plex, where you're getting chi and prana, and you're
So
getting
basically, you want to become a vegetable,
no.
a breatharian.
A
You know,
sun-
you want to function on
A
the sun.
sun gives us CHO. What's CHO? Carbon, hydrogen, and
I know,
oxygen.
I know.
Plants take that. Animals eat
Yeah.
plants. We eat both. These breatharians have
Yes,
proved.
yes, they take
Okay.
carbon dioxide,
Correct.
they expel oxygen, they take the sun, they do photosynthesis, and they create
And that's
energy.
worldwide.
And then people eat them, and they,
Okay,
get the
so-
energy.
so my
and
answer
also
to
they
you
get
was-
from the earth, they get some nutrients.
My answer to you was we can actually survive on oxygen and water, which also has oxygen. So why are we having people dying? Why are millions dying? If you can live under an avocado tree or a coconut tree and survive, why are we having issues? Because when we think of support for Sudan, we're sending them a currency. A currency, and we're giving them boomerang aid, where they're forced to buy products from us. Instead of going to that African, tell them, yo, you have it all figured out. The whole shame and prophecy. No. The shame and prophecy.
Just assume his race.
I assume that he is the chosen race. The
chosen race.
100%. Because to me, he's a true Israelite. He's part of the 13 tribes. If we talk about Jesus, that's how he looks like. And I know this for a fact. Okay?
You mean the Rasta race? He has the Rasta shirt, look, like Bob Marley there, and the lion. Wow. Bob Marley, the lion.
So this is a very deep rabbit hole. You need to take yourself out. I'm
deep
giving you
rabbit
some information because we've already spoken in the past, and I've seen you on YouTube play with my brothers and sisters.
Now, we were playing very nicely,
Yes,
man.
yes.
We had very
And you
fun
know the
games,
Queen
especially
Roxanne,
with
huh?
that lady over there. Like
heard
the
of-
games we played were
The
very
lady
fun.
of all ladies, okay? The queen should knight her.
The Queen,
Yes.
my Queen. Do you
What
know
she's
the way?
given to this cause is incredible. She's sacrificed so much, and she's all about love and compassion and knowledge and science.
Well, I think all flat earth theorists sacrifice something very important.
I loved yesterday how you spoke about the direct energy, that no, we need more evidence about that. I was watching your video.
Yeah. So, yeah, for anyone who's blocked, just make yourself a stock account. Come on in the chat room today and get involved, all right? Tomorrow I will go through my blocked things. I didn't get round to unblocking. I've obviously been policed. Why haven't I unblocked that channel? So, my deepest apologies. Any blocked channels will be unblocked by Monday morning. Start a business Monday morning. You're all free to leave troll comments, as I know you want to. So, anyway, in the chat room, I'm going to give everybody a shout out. So let me just scroll up. Lenny Bean.
About the electromagnetism of this world. He talks about it being a transformer, okay? And he talks about it giving kinetic energy at its most. And obviously, when we're talking about this sort of energy, we're not talking about your regular radio style frequency.
Okay.
We're talking about longitudinal scalar waves effect. Okay, now to tell you what it is, that's a different conversation. I'm going to tell you what it is not. And
What is it
certainly
not?
it's not something that's 96 million miles away. Certainly it's not an explosion of fusion and fission and this nuclear reactor taking place where we need millions of light years to get to. You know what I mean?
Okay, if you don't know what it is, how can you know what it's not?
This is not a philosophy class. This is science.
Well,
When
of
I
course.
identify something
Okay,
as not,
I understand that you would
I
link
do not
that
in
to
the same
philosophy.
sentence have to
But
include
bro,
what
that's
it is.
basic logic.
This is not philosophy.
Dude, bro, that's
we are
basic
science.
logic. It's not
We
philosophy.
found out that this right now is not a metal.
if you don't
Let us
know what
further-
it is,
you know what
how
I need?
can you know
I need
what it's
NASA
not?
to help me out with some of the bullshit rockets they have.
I think you need
I need
help.
the
It's true, you do
aviation
need
to
some
help me with their high-rise
Not only from
planes
NASA, maybe
to get
from
to 80,000
some
feet.
doctors. perhaps.
Unfortunately, I'm still suffering like
I
your
know you're
average
suffering,
human
man.
paying
I know you're
tax
suffering.
and paying rent. And this is on our spare
Fucking
time.
rent, man.
If we were dedicating to this 24/7 with unlimited resources, we'd probably have the answers in 15 days. But we don't. They
15
do.
days.
They do.
Who are they? Who are they?
People in power.
People in power. Who are these people in power?
You tell me, who's in power? Who's in power of Hyde Park today? Who makes the rules? Do you make the rules?
I make the rules.
So
I'm
you're in power.
Yes.
So tell us, my
I'm in
lord.
charge.
What is the sun?
I tell you, the sun is a star. I know it's difficult to understand, but the sun is a star, bro. And the earth is a planet. It's not perfectly round, but it's very close.
100%. Who said
Very
it is
close.
round? Wait, we all know it's round.
You know it's round.
Of course it's round. Who's saying it's not
So it's
round?
not flat.
Why, what's round and flat have to do? This is round. What we're saying is not a ball.
It's not a ball, so how is it?
And even if it's a
How
ball,
is it round? How is it round?
you have to be a ball to be round.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, you do.
This is round. How is this a ball? Where's the flat earth map?
So wait.
This is round. So
Okay.
we are not saying it's not round. We're saying
That's circular.
We're saying-
You need to go to the dictionary
Listen.
and look at the difference between round and circular.
You read the
A circular object is 2D.
Is
A
this a
round
ball?
object,
Is this a ball?
don't touch me, bro. A round object is 3D. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
If you don't know, okay, I understand you
What
don't.
I'm trying
but
to
you
tell
need
you-
to learn some English
that's what I want to do.
before you start to teach other people, bro.
I'm not teaching English. I'm
I know,
teaching science.
you know, English is my fourth language.
Okay, it's my first.
So, comrades, I'm sorry,
English
but I
is my
don't
first.
speak English very
English
well.
is my
But
first.
grammar, I do know a little bit about.
So we're saying that it's round but not the ball. Do you understand the difference or no?
Bro, if it's round, it needs to be a ball.
Why? Explain.
Because round is a 3D object.
So around this,
Circular is a 2D
so
object.
around this is a ball.
Bro, it's circular.
First of all, let's.
Circular.
If I can't touch you, then I'm not your bro. So don't call me bro.
Circular.
Is this round or not? I'm gonna
Okay,
ask.
so wait, I can only call you bro if you touch me. Is that it?
I'm gonna call you sir.
Okay, then I'll call you no homo, bro. I'll tell you no homo, bro.
Is that round or not? I'm asking you a
You can
question.
touch me, but no homo.
Why are you not answering? Is this round or not?
It's circular.
What is a round?
It's circular. The round needs to be a 3D
So why do we
object.
call a roundabout a roundabout? Is a roundabout ball or not? I'm asking you, Mr. English.
Okay.
Is a roundabout where my child plays on a ball or not? I'm asking you a question.
Okay, bro.
But is it round? Yes, it is.
Look it up. Look it up.
Do I need to look up my first language? And the
I
English
think you do.
dictionary?
I think you do.
Around
I don't
does
think
not
English is your
indicate-
first language.
Yes, it is.
I don't think it is.
Yes, it is.
It doesn't sound
English,
like it is.
Arabic, French,
Where are
Spanish,
you
and
from?
Hausa.
Where are you from?
England. Born
You're
and
from
raised
England.
here, and I left when I was
Born and
17.
raised here.
Yes.
It's your first language.
Yes.
So what's Spanish for you?
Spanish is a language I speak perfectly
First,
well.
second,
third language.
Third
Fourth,
language.
fourth,
Fourth language.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And I speak
You're
it fluently, perfect.
Congratulations, bro.
¿Tú hablas español?
Of course.
Más o menos,
Sí,
porque
sí,
¿de dónde lo
sí. Muy
aprendiste?
bien, muy bien.
Ah.
Piñata, muy
Ah,
bien.
piñata.
muy bien.
Vamos a tirar el
Piñata.
piñata y hacer la fiesta. Así es. Okay. Y Nagajia, Lafia Wow, I speak perfect Hausa. Who's here Nigerian so I can communicate with them? But again, yeah, Arabic,
Many
Arabic.
Nigerians
Here we're talking one language which is science. Who? Here. So this now we prove to everybody is round. We're not saying it's not round. We're just saying Australia, this idea that they're upside down doesn't exist. Plus we have theories going on that we do live in a construct that is semi-closed. So this whole idea of a dome shaped the ball that kids love, it could be there. But here we're not here to tell you what it is.
How is
We're here
it
to tell
day
you what
on
it is
one
not.
side of the earth and it's night on the opposite side?
This is the first thing we asked ourselves to even continue with
Is
this
it?
idea.
How come
And
you came this far without answering that question?
I'm gonna answer you.
Okay.
It's very easy. When you understand what the flat earth is about, okay, and you understand that in this construct of this idea, we have a small circular sun and we have a small circular moon that are both
circular,
close in
not
distance,
round.
both
Circular.
closer in distance.
I see how it is.
Light is limited. Just like when you're in a room and you don't want to wake up your wife, what are you going to do? You're going to on the whole room light? No. You're going to
course.
get your torch light or your lamp and you're going to do this and you're going to start reading the book. So light is limited. Now when you understand that light is passing like this, you understand that now it's 6 o'clock in Miami, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 in Miami, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 p.m. in Miami. But what's happening here, while it's 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m. in Miami, it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon in London. I'm giving you an example.
bro, I know what
So
you
this is what's happening.
Sure.
Anyway, but
Sure,
listen,
no problem.
I'm not, you know what, here today, we don't want to talk to anyone that believes in the moon landing. Anybody that believes in moon landing, I'm not even going to wait
So you don't want to talk to anyone?
because I have limited time here, and we are talking on a
know.
higher vibration, a higher frequency.
Before
If
the
you still
ambulance
believe
comes
in the
back
moon
here
landing,
and takes you in, then you
my
got plenty of
advice
time,
to you
bro.
is go home and just watch 2 YouTube videos done by Bart Sabrel He was an amazing journalist. His father was a pilot. His father was in the Air Force, and he has 2 documentaries. A funny thing happened on the way to the moon, and astronauts gone wild, where he's literally interviewing the pilots. And if you interviewed me after my 2 sky jumps, or if you interviewed me after I got an A-star in aviation, after 12 months of going to pilot school every single day and having to learn 12 subjects, I would tell you, man, that feeling was amazing. The air resistance, the plane, I was shivering, the way the parachute opened. When I pulled the plane, and I would go into details, not Armstrong looking at his friend, shivering, not knowing what to answer, being scared if he's going to be tried for treason. Now, if you go into that world, you won't even ask questions anymore about the moon landing, because then you'll discover Stanley Kubrick's deception, or not deception. In that time, it was an act of bravery. He thought he was being a patriot, where he used his studio to relive the Space Odyssey movie he had just done a year before and create the whole idea of this moon landing, which at that time it was a control process so that we can say, you know what, there's no interest in going up, NASA's already done it, we know what's up, there's the moon.
Okay, bro,
and all
you
of
gave
that.
me some instructions. Go home, watch a video, right? I give you some instruction too. Go home, and that's it. Just go home.
You are beautiful.
Go home.
You are beautiful, by the way. I love you.
Thank you, thank you.
And I
thank
mean
you.
it.
Thank you.
All
No
I'm
homo,
saying,
bro, no homo.
all I'm
But
saying
thank
is
you.
here, we're not here to fight anyone. We're not here to argue. This isn't even a
course
debate.
not.
If it was a debate, I wouldn't even do this. I have a beautiful baby daughter. She has a gorgeous daughter and a gorgeous son. We just want to make sure they understand that if they don't have 5 quid to go to Tesco or whatever they're called and get some food, nothing's going to happen. Because we do have trees. And in those trees we have coconuts and avocados and mangoes and bananas. And me,
Okay.
I used to eat bacon and McDonald's and steaks for dinner every day. I've been a vegan now nearly 3 years.
But
I don't
why don't
smoke,
you become a
I don't do
breatharian?
drugs,
Why
I
don't you
don't do
become a
alcohol,
breatharian?
I don't eat meat, chicken, fish, eggs. Look at my power. And I bet I can beat you in arm wrestling. So this energy is not required to come from anything destructive. You know what I mean? So it's a path, but I started this path late in my age. So who am I to come and criticize the new generation? All I'm trying to do is give you the right information
Not that young,
for you
honestly.
to analyze. You're 28 maximum. 27?
less.
You're in Aquarius? When's your birthday?
5th July.
We do not. We do because we know the physics.
Yeah, like George Stallone and Harrison Ford.
Of course.
Emotional, okay?
Of course.
You like things right. You will get explosive once you find out you've been lied.
Oh, I get
but you're gonna do
explosive, man.
you're probably gonna write a
explode,
poem
explode.
about this. You're gonna join the club, so I'm sure.
But wait. Let's talk about something
I'm
different.
disappointed that you didn't know about Nikola Tesla.
What are you? I don't know
Nikola
about
Tesla
Nikola
is, you know, Serbian, Croatian,
Okay.
went to
I was
Hungary.
joking with you, but I do know about Nikola Tesla. But look, answer me something. What do you think about taxes? Because I heard you talking about something about taxes. Oh, it's bad. Us paying for water, us paying for the house, us paying for the food, for the stuff. Well, don't you like that? I mean, don't you think taxes are fair?
I think this
How
earth
do you
is
think
heaven.
society should function?
Yes, it is. I think we should be giving just like we're taking. Now, there's a difference between knowing what's really happening and that we're living on a tax farm where a queen is entitled to spend billions and certain people. My issue is not me because I'm awake. She's awoke, correct? We know how to live life now.
Woke.
We know not to be deceived if, you know, we don't have food or the deception of materialism. Our problem is the millions of people that are being slaughtered. In America, these are statistics and you can look it up. 20 veterans of the United States American Army are committing suicide daily. That is 600 people a month. That is 7,000 people a year. I wrote Donald Trump personally on Facebook and I spoke to him about that. And I got an answer.
Spoke to Donald Trump.
I've been supporting him from the day one and that's another subject.
Oh.
Because this is all against politics.
Where's your mega head?
This is all against politics.
It's against politics.
Okay, and Trump and Clinton are both of the same. But I'm just giving you an example. Another fact, 2,000 kids are being kidnapped every day in the United States of America. That is 60,000
second.
kids.
Isn't Trump
That is
part of this big,
780,000 kids a
conspiracy?
year. Where are they going?
Bro,
20% come back
Isn't
home.
Trump part of the conspiracy? Isn't Trump part of the conspiracy?
All of them. There's no
All of
conspiracy. Conspiracy means they're conspiring. No one's conspiring. We all know.
I mean, they still are
Can I ask you a
conspiring.
question? In Forbes, do they say that Queen Elizabeth is one of the richest people in the world?
Queen Elizabeth.
Do
Queen
they
of
say
England.
that Al Saud is one of the richest people in the world?
Who?
Do they talk about the Rothschilds as being the richest people? No, they're not mentioning these
they do.
families. Of course not. You've never even read about the Rothschild if it's not in some crazy website. Okay?
talks about the
Nobody
Rothschild.
talks about those 13 families, 10 families who are in power. Nobody talks about the DuPont families, how they're controlling the plastic industry, how they destroyed the hemp industry.
plastic industry.
Of course, everything became
What is the
plastic.
plastic industry? Ah, the plastic.
And
making
this
plastic.
is plastic. Why? Because for 200 years hemp was legal. Presidents used to grow hemp. Presidents
Grow what?
had their own hemp farms.
Hemp?
You could literally go and pay your taxes with hemp, for your information. Literally. Hemp was
course.
used for medicines. Hemp was used for furniture. Hemp was used for clothes. Hemp was juices. But they illegalized it. Why? Because it's beneficial. And that's when the whole big pharma came in and started telling doctors, you want to work? Sorry. I do Krav Maga, by the way. My
Call the
wife
police.
teaches
This man has hurt me right now. Call the police.
me. But I'm joining the police force the minute I move back to Iran. Of course.
Oh
I
man.
learn from the best.
Don't take. I like flat earth theory. I like it. I like it. I love it.
So when
I
you
love
break it down, you realize that there are some bad people, like Al Saud family. I personally went out with a princess from Al Saud family. Really. I went out with a princess from Morocco. Really. And I know what they are. A 7-year-old girl is getting 10,000 pounds a month as a salary. By the time she's 15, she has at least 15 million pounds of property. And then she
Nice.
has a salary of 30,000. And times that by 180,000 members of the royal family. While 9 million Muslims are starving in Saudi Arabia and Khubar. Al Saud family are not Arabs.
Wait, but
Al Saud
Saudi
family are
Arabia-
not Muslims. They're
Bro,
Jesuits.
okay, okay.
They're not
Okay,
even.
okay.
They're a
Oh,
part of
okay.
the Zionist problem.
You know what kind of government
I
Saudi
think
Arabia
Pavlov's
has?
met his
I
match.
know all the Arab world,
why
and I
it's
speak
called
fluent
Saudi
Arabic and fluent
Arabia?
Spanish, and I read and write.
You know all the
and I'm
languages of
agnostic. So if she's gonna teach me something today, I wanna listen and learn.
No, bro, look.
Yeah.
Why is Saudi Arabia called Saudi Arabia?
After the Al Saud family, who were given power in 1918, and all their ascendants were falsified. So they told the Saudi people, by the way, these guys, DNA proven, are direct descendants of Nabi Muhammad, we should all hail down to. They had to kill a couple of generals, they had to wipe out a couple of villages, they had to massacre a couple of tribes, just like they did all around the world, just like they did to the Red Indians of America. And then they put Al Saud in power, but they told them, you shall bow to the queen. And just like the queen bows to other hierarchies.
Well, you got the basics. Though.
Do
The
you
basics-
understand?
Listening to this, Robin. She's coming to your convention. And Diddy, she's coming to yours as well.
We wanted to
The
unite
British put
the different
them-
Arab peoples into kind of one country.
That's what you do when you're dividing a country. I take over a company, I call my cousin, come here, you're the new CEO, these are the rules, you give me a percentage. That's how it works. You need to understand that Johnny Depp has his own island. You
Johnny
need to
Depp?
understand that Leonardo DiCaprio have their own island.
Sorry guys, bear with us. Need a battery.
Countries that we do not know about. We think that this is the map. Do you know how strict it is to become a pilot? You basically are walking like this.
I know a pilot.
This is how we have to fly.
I know a
Stop.
pilot.
Why? Because all these are restricted, all these are military. If they find out that we went, of course, not only are we penalized, we are.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Where is real? Where is real? You know who real is?
So what I wanted to explain to you, there are countries
you know who
we don't
real
even
is.
know about. There are areas we don't know about.
No, the
Now
guy
can we
called real.
swear
The guy
that
called
here there's
real.
an ice wall? No.
Yes. They're coming in. What are you guys doing here without them?
Who's he?
They are your main punching force, you know, real. Real is a funny guy.
Why would you say that when we've been coming here for a year? Why would you
Because,
say that
because Real is a really funny guy.
This is a year today that we've been coming here to speak about
What?
this. That's what, so what? You're telling us
There's that lady over there, she's been shouting about socialism forever over there. And nobody listens to her, nobody cares.
a lot of people are listening.
Just because you've been here for a long time
A lot
doesn't
of
mean
people
people
are
listen to you.
listening, my darling. I'm telling you that as a fact. Do you understand me?
I'm listening to you right now, doesn't mean I agree with you, does
I
it?
don't need you to agree with me. All
So
I
why
need
are you here?
To do is give me airtime, yeah? Airtime and to tell you, yeah? People that have been coming here for 5 minutes are not our main punching force, yeah? We've already been across the UK, yeah? We've already
did I
been
strike a nerve?
everywhere across the
Did I
UK.
strike a nerve
You
with
didn't.
you?
I'm
Why
just
were
giving
you
you
just
some
saying that?
facts.
Because
being
he's an
nice enough to
entertaining
talk to you.
guy.
You
He's
know
an
what?
entertaining
Who's he?
guy, real.
I don't even know.
You
If
know
it comes
what?
introduce me
We
to
are.
him, great.
We are
Oh,
pals
Lord.
with them. We are pals with them.
You're
We
pals with
communicate
them, okay.
with them, yeah? But what you need to understand, Jay, is you need to be informed when you give your opinions, my friends. I don't have to agree with your misinformed opinions. And they're misinformed.
What makes you think that my opinions are misinformed?
I'm telling you, it's a fact. You just gave a misinformed opinion.
You look
Which
like
is?
you have
telling
an
us that our
agenda.
main punching
An agenda?
Are you studying? Are you
Our main
working?
punching
Okay,
force are
I'm
people
going
that
to
have been
reveal
coming
my
here for
agenda
5
right now.
minutes.
No, are you studying or
The
working?
Rothschild family is paying me to destroy the real truth of this world, flat
You're
earth
doing a
theory.
Are
shit
you
job.
studying
You're
or
doing
working?
a really rubbish job.
The Rothschild family is
doing a
paying me
rubbish
right
job.
now.
Are you studying or
they
working?
bought me this shirt.
Bless
Are
them.
you studying or working? What are you doing in life?
It's a waste of money. He's doing a shit job.
I'm working.
If the Rothschilds are paying him to
all
destroy
kinds
it.
of leather thieves.
And any other questions? I'm here for a limited time, so I want to
Limited time? Why?
to learn from other people because I have a wedding to go to.
Oh, come on, man. You see, Real would never tell me, oh, we have limited time, we have limited
I
time.
am.
Real.
I'm
Go
just
find
asking
him.
because I have a wedding to go to.
You know, Real is more welcome.
What don't you understand? What did you not understand English? I just told you I have limited time.
Why?
'Cause I have a wedding to go to. Do you
have
not
a
understand
wedding?
English? Yes. So I'm leaving in 2 hours, and I want to talk to my beautiful sister.
And you
after.
came
I'll talk
here
to
when you have a wedding in 2 hours.
Yes, because that's 3 hours where I got to see my beautiful family who were celebrating
Some
1
people
year.
aren't sitting around twiddling their thumbs like you are.
Doing
Just
what?
waiting for the next Sunday.
Twiddling their thumbs.
Like you
Oh, I
are.
find it highly offensive, you know. I think
Can
I'm
we
going-
ignore him as of the second
I'm
he's
going
irrelevant?
to...
You're irrelevant to us.
Tell you
At
what,
this moment, he's black.
He's here. Chat to him. He's here. He's ready to have fun with us.
Yeah. Grab some of the pigments. The composites. They're not real photos.
Why are they faking pictures?
Well, I'm not buying, but
People, nobody
I'm not
wants
here
to
to
talk
teach
to
you.
you, man. I'm the only one crazy enough to talk to you guys.
Does anyone here?
I think we're done with
You want to talk to me?
Pavlov now. I think I think we're done with him now.
Go ahead, I'll just watch.
He's just on a point scoring mission.
It's impossible to go to a particular part of the country, point a
More
telescope
towers and
up
things here.
and see the dome. Or it's not possible to see the dome.
No. You'd have to go to the far edges, let's just call it, if there is that sort of an edge. Technically speaking. Now you can see the effects of a dome taking place on lightning. When you see that lightning and then we hear that thunder, we were led to believe growing up that, you know, light is much faster than sound, which is why we see the lightning and then we hear the sound. In reality, that lightning, which is actually taking place from down to up, hits something
Let's
and
see a
then
bit of,
reacts, like an
Dave.
eco effect.
See how Dave's getting on.
The Earth is stationary and the starlight is moving. Now, that proves it conclusively, but nobody's heard of that experiment because it was ignored by the scientific establishment. Don't say, oh, it's all right. Like you just said. You just said, no, they don't do that, but that's exactly what they did. They did the same with Michelson Morley. Okay? Where did you find out? Because I started looking up and found Aries experiment, and they call
where
it.
can I find about Aries
Just type in Aries failure on the
Okay,
internet.
I'll do that. I'll tell you that. Now, what about Newton's absolute space? Because you know when you have a bucket of water,
Okay.
and his proof of absolute space was that when you have a bucket of water, and both the bucket and the water are stationary, you get a flat surface. Right.
I don't know. I haven't.
well-
I know the experiment.
Yeah.
I haven't really gone into it.
And then,
into
all right,
detail.
fair enough.
The
Now,
point is,
and about how the a parabolic shape of the when it's
Okay, well-
okay. Now, what you want to look at is Ernst Mach. You know the Mach number? Well, Ernst Mach did many other things, and he was a very fine philosopher. He explained this, and it's called Mach's principle. So do on the internet and look up Mach's principle, and then see how it fits in with your ideas about relative motion, because it's very interesting.
okay.
And Einstein was influenced by Mach a lot, and he was a very clever man.
Einstein has been disproved by the very thing that supposedly proves it. Okay. Have you ever heard of the experiment called LIGO?
Yes, I do. Yes, that's recently been done.
Yes.
Yes.
Well-
with the gravitational waves.
Exactly.
Right. Well, do we know much about that yet? I mean, it's only been going a year or so, hasn't it?
No, it's been going for about 15 years. I remember it from 2008.
Yes, but didn't they get the Nobel Prize?
They discovered it.
And there was a Scotsman who proposed it, but he was impossible to work with. And
The point is,
he died recently.
the point is, LIGO is an L-shaped
Yes, I know.
thing. Fire a laser, split the laser,
Yes,
bounce it back.
I know that.
If it combines and shows an interference pattern, that means one of the legs has been short by
Indeed, that's
gravitation.
right. Yeah.
Point is, though, Einstein said that it's not space that gravitational waves move in, it's space-time. And space and time are reciprocal in space-time.
Well, what happens is that
Wait,
mass
wait,
distorts
wait,
space-time.
Yes, I know, but the point is, this gravitational wave moves in space-time, and if it contracts the leg any amount, it slows down time, so that the speed of light stays the same.
Yeah, as Einstein said.
So the light
It all depends.
always will arrive back at exactly the same time. According to Einstein, that shortening comes with a time dilation, which means the light arrives at the same time, which means you'll always get, or you won't get, an interference band.
These things are
So,
very,
no.
very tricky. You have to
I've asked
work out what the
I've
observers
asked
are doing.
every physicist
Yes.
that I've come across.
I'm not a physicist, I'm just a humble engineer. You know, but I'm interested in it.
But I've asked several
I was interested in
physicists
Mark's principle.
about this,
Yes.
okay, and none of them can answer.
Well,
They come up with some ad hoc ideas, but not real answers.
so how long do you talk to people? Because it might take a long while to talk
Well,
between yourselves about
a
it.
couple of times have been online with Ask a Physicist,
Yes, yes.
who pride themselves
I
on
don't go on the
answering.
internet because you have to pay money to go on the internet. I'm not going to make the Americans richer than we already are. Look at the sods. Anyway, go on then.
But one of them is
I don't
asking.
like Americans. You know.
No, I gather that. But ask a physicist who pride themselves on answering physics questions very quickly. They never answer them.
And to your satisfaction,
I've asked a particle physicist from Sussex University. I've asked several physicists.
does all this, when they explain things,
Hey guys, can you give me an okay if you can still hear okay?
you think about it, or is it just lost after you've had a chat with them?
No, but it's not so much loss. It's
I mean, can you
they
get
will-
it back what you've been talking about?
There's actually a couple of interviews. There's a couple of interviews on YouTube where I had a debate with some PhD students.
Yes, yes.
And that was one of the topics that came up.
Right.
And basically, one of them said that light and space and time are not.
Hi guys, I'm not seeing the chat. Is anyone just say give us an okay that the sound quality is okay?
Einstein's theories. There was an electrical engineer whose name I can't think. He published several books in the 60s disproving or trying to disprove Einstein's theories. And you might like to read that, but I can't remember his name. But such books do exist, and they were sort of read, you know.
But as I said, Einstein's been
He's a great man,
disproved.
though, Einstein.
I don't think he is.
All his lovely
I don't think he is. I don't think he is. He's very creative. I think he came up with the idea of an orbit.
All right, you know, I chatted about Faraday's disc recently. That can only really be explained relativistically, because with the normal definitions of changing in induction, you can't. Suppose you have an iron disc, right?
Let's step back a second.
And Faraday's disc is very difficult to fit in with the normal electromagnetic theory. And there's a book by a physics book which does explain it and explains why Faraday's disc with an iron disc can only be explained relativistically.
Okay.
Because when I was at school, learning physics as a teenager, I spotted that Faraday's disc didn't fit in with the ordinary electromagnetic theory which we were being taught.
Okay.
And my physics master was interested in this. I luckily went to the same school that Stephen Hawking did. I come from St Albans, and he was about 3 years older than me, so we had the same physics master. And so I've always been interested in Faraday's disc. And physicist's name. He wrote a very fine book on the theory. Anyway, there we are.
Well, go back to
That was why I was interested in
get back to James Clerk Maxwell.
Yes, yes.
He proved that the universe is absolute, not relative, because there's a difference between moving a magnet
I know. That's exactly what, as a teenager, I spotted.
Einstein came to relativize that. Right?
But he had to choose all these strange transformations, as you might call them, because either had to choose about a Galilean transformation to arrange movement, or these more complicated ones with the extra terms, with the square root of 1 minus b squared over c squared. And well, there we are. That's how you had to choose one or the other.
And Galileo was proved wrong as well. There's a tower.
Yes.
There's a tower you can do experiments in. It's a long tower.
What, the tower with the Pisa Tower.
Not the Pisa. It's a long tower. It's and you can fire a projectile, sort of a tube, right, up this tower and let it fall.
Yeah.
And literally, what they do is they've got this camera inside this tube,
Yes.
and they have various elements like lead and iron and
Have a little wonder
all
about.
in,
See who else is
so you can watch them. So when this thing goes up,
It's going to be 10 to 10 in the evening. I might be a bit of darkness when I talk to it. Why is it going to be dark in Sydney when it's
When there are residents going on in the world, they're being influenced by lobbyists. Of course, it's going to be by all sorts of corporations. And we're for the Zionists. And these Zionists have certain agendas.
You just told me it's in the same place there.
At the same time. At the same time, it's yeah, and they try and go around.
Such flat Earth. Come on, people.
Tell us how you feel.
Well, just like I know that establishments are not really holding the legitimacy that they once held, but flat Earth. Come on, that's just letting the brain fall out.
Throw an accusation. They're all dumb.
Yes, man. I've been doing some research on your lot.
Okay, on
Plus-
your lot. How about just research? Yeah.
No, like the community that believes in the flat Earth.
But, yeah, okay. you
Bloody
said
hell.
believe. Most of them don't believe that. They know something.
Oh, they know it.
Well,
They
that's
know
right,
it in
that's
the heart of hearts. They know.
Well, here's the thing.
They know the
Here's
Earth
the
is
thing.
flat.
Right.
They stand on a flat plane and they believe in highest heavens that it is.
So where's your proof?
Where's my proof?
Yeah.
Well, me and my cronies, known as NASA and the sort of established scientific theories built up over about 300 years of the Enlightenment
But
process.
you believe we went to the moon and stuff, and you know that we think all that's nonsense. That's
Yeah.
childish, that is.
Yeah, well, there's people that believe
There's
all
so
sorts
much
of.
proof there that shows that they've got harnesses, green screens,
Sure,
so much trickery, and all that. There's
sure.
tons of it, and you
Sure,
must have researched
sure,
it.
sure,
You
sure.
must have seen it.
Sure. Yeah, like I remember when
You
Stanley
deny
Kubrick.
you deny all that.
No, I think it's definitely the most logical that Stanley Kubrick definitely did do that filming. You see all the clues he left in The Shining.
forget about that,
Do you remember
forget
the
about
bus
that.
stuff and all the?
Yeah.
It's way too coincidental. You know
Did
what
you
I
watch
mean?
a funny thing happened on the way to the moon?
I did.
And what did you think of it?
Absolute bollocks.
Really?
Never have I seen an more emotionally triggering thing. Not filled with information, just
Why
filled
is
with
it that you
emotionals.
would believe all NASA rubbish that they've sent out to you? How do you believe that when all that's clearly fake CGI?
Sure, it's called cohesion.
Okay.
If one makes +2 plus another
Based
one.
on the indoctrination, what you were taught.
Yes, yeah.
And it just works because
It really does, yeah, it really does, yeah.
But when you start breaking it down
Yeah.
and analysing what you were taught,
Yeah.
it doesn't quite fit.
No, I think you'll find if you do actually start looking at it, you'll see that the fundamental principles that we're taught really do hold a lot of
Move
water.
it away, move NASA away. You're
Yeah.
a young child. At what point do you say, I believe that we live on a spinning ball with water going around it?
When
At
you
what
take
point, what
one stick and you measure the sun from about a mile
You
away.
did that when you
That
were
works on both models.
Does it really? No, I don't think it
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
Did you do it
No,
when you were young?
no.
Well, look,
No,
I'm
I didn't. No, I
researching.
didn't.
You know
But you still
everything.
believe.
I do
It's
know
like
that.
a
I do know
religion.
everything.
You should know that.
I do know everything.
You
Anyway.
believed it like a religion.
No. It's very much
Okay.
different. It's very much different.
So,
yeah.
so when you're young and you got you got no ability to critically think something. You
I'll
you-
agree,
but you-
okay,
but you'll
yeah,
just
sure.
believe it because it's
Yeah.
indoctrination. It's
Yeah.
passed on to your parents and all that. At what point in your life did you say, "Hey, look, I need to re-examine this because I just got onto the I believe merry-go-round."
Yeah.
I
So
believe
what's going on
everything."
here? What's going on here is because you can't make sense of the world, and you don't want to either believe in the large institutions such as newspapers and just large institutions. You're saying let's throw out all of the information that we have. Then let's just start from the beginning. But you can't really do that. You can't just be like, oh, because I don't believe in politics anymore, because I don't believe in traditional structures, I'm just going to go way back to the start and not even believe we live on a globe.
Do you think the science should be challenged?
Yeah, of course, by other scientists who understand concepts, who have the framework for thinking.
But
You
that's
don't
what
have the
we've got at
framework for
moment,
thinking.
Is the whole heliocentric model? It's just a concept.
Yeah,
None
it's
of it's
just
been proved.
Yeah,
scientifically.
everything is just a concept. We have evidence and we have lines of examination which support it.
So at what age, again, did all of this all fit into place that I know I definitely live on the globe? What age?
If you indoctrinate a kid to believe that 1 + 1 = 2, when he grows up, he's still right, isn't he?
So all I'm saying is that I've put forward about science and NASA and these fake CrossFit photos. You must have seen all of this. What's your reaction to? You've seen all these green screens.
It's the effort of poor minds. It's the effort of poor minds to grasp with a reality they don't understand.
Well, I don't understand. When
I know. This is the
Space
product of
Station,
it. This is
and
the
I
product.
see-
This is the
I see
direct
green
product of you
screens.
not understanding reality.
Okay,
This is
no,
a
you're
direct
twisting
product.
that now. But look, I'm saying to you, I see these green screens. I see the glitch in this. I see
Sure,
what's at the
sure.
harness. We've seen
No,
this.
no.
We've seen scuba
What,
tanks.
the
We've seen
International
scuba-
Space Station?
And we've seen scuba tanks on the International Space Station.
Well, that makes no sense. Then. What, so you're saying there isn't? You're saying there
it's
is.
underwater. It's all done underwater.
So are you saying there's an International Space Station up there floating around?
There's something up there because we see it moving around.
Yeah.
You know, like so we know. There's
I'm going.
something.
I'm leaving. This is
And
boring.
it's a difficult one. But
No, it's not
all
difficult,
I'm
it's
saying is
incredibly
that- all
boring.
all I'm saying is that there is a possibility.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't. You're wrong.
That I may be wrong and
Yes.
that you may be wrong.
Sure, but the
because
possibility
you've
that you're
already
wrong is
admitted-
higher than the
but
possibility
you're-
that I'm being
But you've
wrong.
already admitted that everything that you've been taught is a belief.
No,
based on
no,
indoctrination
no,
when you were a
no,
child.
no,
Okay,
no,
I'll
no.
go back to it again. At what age did you believe in the ball?
In the ball?
In the ball.
Oh,
What
I think it
age?
was, when did we got taught the ball? It was about 4 or 5, wasn't it? I
Okay.
remember my dad sitting us
So-
down and saying,
so-
if you don't believe this, I'm
So
going to
where
hit you
was
in the
that
head with a
scientific
stick. And I
proof?
said,
Where was the
bloody hell.
scientific proof to that when you were that young? Where was it? What made you think, I believe in this without the religious part of it?
Okay, so there's just models. There's models.
When you were young?
No, you start when you start young. You start with a simple concept, and then you work your way up.
Okay.
You're trying to like work from first principles
But
when
isn't
you're a
that
kid.
where-
That doesn't work.
Oh, this makes sense, doesn't it? Doesn't it all make sense? They're all together, all as one.
How's it going, bro?
Well, you don't like this guy.
You're his brother. I think I remember you from the other day. How's it going?
I'm good.
Nice talking.
I was just trolling them for like half an
Makes
hour.
sense, doesn't it?
And then,
Can't be doing
Pavlov.
That's when your brain's most
No, the
susceptible to that stuff.
Oh, that's your first problem. Because you still live in an egoistic world.
So we're here with Fayez.
I share have kids. Not only do I worship my kids, but if you become a father and a mother, you learn to love.
Roxanne here.
You learn to value other
Where is the vacuum that stops space?
Do you know there's not one real photo of the Earth in space? Not one.
This dude's been printing them, isn't he? This
And they admitted it because they said it's impossible.
Not leaving yet.
No.
You've got to be here for the long haul. Are you going so far?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
has to be, he said.
Yes, to be.
Well, I was talking to and all of a sudden
You should zoom in on the Earth and show you 24.
That's why I was like, let me just go with
We want more.
with them and then
I've got no time for them now. The second I realise I won't be there.
Yes, yeah. It's all the belief.
Yeah, it's a cult. It's the heliocentric model's a cult. That's what it is.
It's all the. This one, gravity space got now 2 lead balls attracted each
They'll
other
throw it
in the
on
bar.
even though
Right?
there's not a lot of things that we
He
can
well away with the
test now.
telescope, so he didn't want his body to interfere with the 2 balls. So, but they were by oak beams. What was massive? The oak beams were probably heavier than him.
Yeah. And the Michelson Morley experiment. They kept doing it because they couldn't get the right
There was
answer, so they
5,
scrapped it,
5
didn't they?
experiments. What went to show the Earth was spinning,
And they
but they
couldn't,
found
yeah.
out it was stationary.
Yeah, they couldn't.
They said it was stationary. Yeah. It's assumption after assumption. All the while, it's assumption after assumption.
Of course it is. It's theory. That's the true conspiracy theory. Is the heliocentric model? It's been inverted, like
That's
everything
right.
else they do.
That's right.
Everything's back to front.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, what world do these people live in when they think that the powers that be would tell you the correct information about where you live? Because that would go against everything they want to do, i.e., control the world. You know?
Control. They hide more land.
Partner, he's
That was it.
yeah.
They can say we're going to run out of oil.
It makes people materialistic because you
That's
don't believe
right.
in a creator. You're like, well, I'm just here for a short while. I'm matter. I might as well do what I want and pleasure my desires. You
There's a
know.
lot more land. They're hiding land and oil.
Imagine so, man. I'd imagine so.
No, he saw it online.
But you know what? Some people just drain a lot of energy.
Yes.
And that says to me they've got programmed responses, you know, because it doesn't warrant aggression. Your opinion on something. Somebody would just say, oh, well, I'm Muslim or I'm this, and you would aggressive, then you're a bigot. But if you say, I don't believe, I believe in aliens, so you can flip out and go, yeah, and get angry as if you are that kid of But that is that gets me that whole program.
It's like you have that niece that why? Yeah, I think we should just do that. Push them back. Whoever's not really interested in us. Because at the end of the day, it's not only we're not here to teach them how to learn. There's always going to be that.
reality, mathematics.
Look, math describes, doesn't explain anything.
No.
And it's all about physics. And physics is not complicated. Everything about it is supposed to be easy. They're complicated. They force us to do all those stupid math classes so that we say, you know what, I'm not doing physics. That's what it's about. And the real positions that we're supposed to be learning about that give us all the technologies we use are suppressed and oppressed. Instead, we have the bullshit of Einstein.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not a belief, a realization. Half the people that go up there, they die because it's too high and they can't breathe and all the rest of it. That's why we're in a low part of the earth, of the ditch. That's why I believe that Earth is flat. That's my personal opinion.
And also because consumers don't get
Cool.
hammered by the people.
Well, you know, the lack of air thing, I don't think it's because you're going into a vacuum though. I think it's because the oxygen is heavy and it's down here. And you go up and you just run out of oxygen because
space is a vacuum.
there is no space.
They proved it that over there, up there, you can't really. They haven't been up there. I don't believe so, because there's so many questions. Like even in the past, like the Egyptians, they're so smart, right? They build the pyramids. Nobody knows how to build the pyramids, yeah, or if they built the pyramids. But they even said that the Earth is flat and it has a barrier on top of it. And in the Bible, it says there's a vault. God made a vault between the firmament. And if you translate it as a vault, what's a vault? It's a barrier, basically. Yeah. So I don't believe that they've been up there. And if they want to argue they've been up there, right? The sun is like a freaking, what is it? It's a light bulb. How can it light up Earth, but it doesn't light up space? That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, in their model, in order to light up the Earth, it's the light hitting air molecules. It's like if, at night, if you've got a torch and it's a really bright one, you can see the beam of the torch because it's lighting up the air molecules. That's their model, right? But because space apparently hasn't got anything, then it can't light up. So they've got a plausible excuse for that, right? But the point is, there is no space because you can't have a pressurized system next to a vacuum without a barrier in the way to stop it for one going to the other. Yeah, because nature abhors vacuum. You know, if you've got a vacuum, it'll immediately get filled, right? Because that's the nature of a vacuum. Okay, so there is no mechanism, including gravity, this idea of gravity, to stop this pressurized system from leaking straight away into this vacuum. So it can't happen.
Gravity is created by the circulation of a planet.
Is it?
Earth goes like that because there is no end
How
it's going to fall.
What makes you think we're moving?
It creates
there's a whirlpool effect, a vortex going on, but inside this construct, it doesn't have to be that the whole construct is moving. There's a whirlpool effect. That's why waters go up and down. That's why there's electromagnetism. Great. And we look at the stars and we see them go around, correct? But that doesn't mean that the Earth is moving.
The Earth isn't moving.
You get the difference? When you're in a dome, you see the domes moving, but you're not moving. You see the roundabout moving, but the actual ground is not moving.
Have you seen scientists do experiment with the stars? They point a camera at one star, the Northern Star, Polaris is called, and they just point a camera at it for 1 year.
I've lived under it for a whole year. I live in Miami.
They've shown the stars moving around this one star system, and the Earth doesn't move. Yeah, but the stars, everything in space, all the star system, whatever it is moving around this one star system.
I live under the.
So how can everything spin around the sun?
And it doesn't
when
move all
everything's
year.
spinning around this one star system?
I see it all year in front of me. I see Orion's belt. You know what Orion's belt is? They call them the three kings. These are the perfect three stars, which are supposedly the perfect alignment of the pyramids of Egypt. They're there in front of me. They do this, but they're still there. They're just going round and round, just like the sun and the moon are in yin yang position. Now the sun is here, correct? Which is the summer. In the winter, they're in the Cancer.
The attraction of Earth. So they stay there. Like
the people that told you those stuff, they're atheists, basically. They don't believe in God. So they want to take away God.
God is the creator of the universe.
Yeah, but are the people that's told you that the Earth is spinning, do they believe that the God is the creator?
God created system, and that's it.
My brother, the person that told you that the Earth is spinning, do they believe that the God is the creator of the universe? They don't. That's why they tell you the Earth is spinning. They want to eradicate God. They want to make evolution or whatever it is they want to create. Yeah? If we believe God created the Earth, you have to create it and leave signs for everybody to see that he created it. This model Earth, round model, that's everything spinning, it eradicates God. That's why they don't teach you in school, that God created the Earth and the universe. Yeah? Now, if they showed you it's in a bubble and Earth is flat.
Americans stand upside down on the ball, and in terms of water, it can conform to a ball. That's why the ball gravity, it was always relative density and buoyancy.
So how do you explain?
If you get 10 pounds of helium, put it in a balloon, it'll rise. 10 pound lead weight.
It will go inside because of the density, yeah?
Yes,
So how do you
density.
explain the Earth, the aeroplanes, go above the ground and, from the top of the aeroplane you can see that the Earth is, a little bit, it's going as the, it's something like a
Airplanes
circle.
don't dip the nose. They don't dip the nose, airplanes. They would have to dip the nose to go down the ball.
Okay.
They're going 500 miles an hour, half a mile a minute.
Yeah.
They'd have to dip the nose if they were on a ball. A pilot told me that he didn't have to dip his nose down the ball. They don't have to dip the nose.
Alright. So how do you explain, how do you explain that?
They theorised that light travels at 186,000 miles per second. So what they thought,
Even that deep underground.
yeah, they measured it, yeah, and then obviously
Remember, the system of morality. The system of morality. Why we created it? Why did we create it? No, why did it? Because he wanted the protection of the females. And he created.
It's a bit that's way the other side of London.
But I've got like my own stuff.
Well, that's okay, that turnout.
And then they tried to open it. Yeah. They tried to open it again, and something like 4,000 people died. They called it a stampede. It was in Saudi Arabia. So then next thing that happens is Saudi Arabia got in touch with Russia, and Russia sent a whole military fleet to take that on to Antarctica. Yeah, and there was the head of Russian Orthodox Church met with the Pope, and the Pope gave him some documents which were called the angel Gabriel's instructions to Muhammad.
No, I ain't yet. Have you got a ticket? Not yet, but I'm going to get one.
How much are they?
I don't know yet.
Hey, Jason. Hello, son. Long time no see. How you keeping, son? Well, I forget that. I haven't been down such a long time. It's so busy, like one thing or another. Marilyn's coming down, I think, in the cat later on. Yeah. I've got a little chair to sit on because I've got a bad knee, mate.
Oh dear.
Yeah, unfortunately. But,
Off the ball, did you?
yeah, well, it's something that's unfortunately just an ongoing thing, like an old injury, you know.
Okay.
But he saw something pretty dark in
Some of these people that have been indoctrinated.
I really know.
I should imagine it will be, yeah.
Yes. There's videos. He's like land that isn't being
I'm pretty good, mate. Yeah, I've done a bit on my own, like, just sort of like flat smacking people, but I've been busy, like, that's why I'm letting it get down, So, well, the last time I seen I see the other day. I see the other day. That lad was good that come along, wasn't he? That flat Urban lad.
Well, we had two. That was really good.
Yeah.
Was it Dean?
Yeah. Oh, it was really great. Really, really good.
These people, they turn up at the right moment.
Yeah. It's good like that, isn't it? Because the thing is,
you're fighting a bit of an argument, a debate.
Roxanne's done a laser test.
If someone's over your shoulder,
the thing is, you can just keep your cool. I can't sometimes. I just tend to do
big drop. Big difference. Well, you can. You shouldn't see that lighthouse over 10 mile. Well, you can. That's,
Yeah, so
it should be in by the curve.
my Google Earth lies. I cannot believe
If
it.
you've got a 10 mile...
Standing up, aren't we? We're also standing up, so from a different viewpoint.
No, if you've got a 10 mile distance
It's got a drop,
from the
hasn't it?
lighthouse,
It's got a drop.
you've got a 66-foot drop. If the lighthouse is 60 foot tall, you shouldn't see the lighthouse. Well, you can.
But
You can.
if you're on the ground, right, you see the sunset. And you quickly stand up after, you can see the sunset again. Because you're from a different viewpoint.
Angular resolution.
Yeah,
That's all that is. Angular resolution.
so if you're
It's
tall,
perspective. Sunrises and sunsets, perspective. If you look at lampposts in a line, they'll look smaller and smaller, but they're not, am they? They're not. It's perspective.
Sort of like go in to a point. You know, we can only see so far with our eyes. But now we've got cameras now and telescopes where we can see far over what we're meant to see. You know, it's impossible. Using their maths, it's absolutely impossible.
The longest photo took without infrared,
273
miles.
273.
There should be a 3 mile drop. But you can see, now they're going on about refraction. But refraction, even allowing for
I
refraction,
will do, Amanda.
you
Thanks
wouldn't,
for
you
being
wouldn't
here.
get 3 mile. The 3 miles should be hidden. But you can see it. You can see it.
so why do they lie to us?
Why do
I don't know, I'm
why
not
do
lying,
they
but
lie,
it could
really?
be land, more land.
Do they profit from that or what? Why do they lie, really?
Why do you think they lie?
To keep us in control, because they like when they're lying, they've got control of us. Like we live on this globe, we can't go anywhere else. We're just caught here.
Do we pay more taxes if they lie or what?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, that's what it probably is.
So we pay all these scientists to lie because
They're trying to
they lie.
hide God, basically. That's what
Because
I think.
why?
I think they're trying to hide God. Because this place, a flat stationary planet, has been created.
So you think if we dig in, we'll find hell?
Well, they've only done 8 miles. Sorry, they've only done 8 miles down there. We don't know what's down there, mate. We ain't got
The ball is a Big Bang Theory, but with a flat Earth, there's more swaying towards a creator.
Or creators, design.
Yeah, Speaker's Corner, it's full of trolls. You know, like that was earlier on. There was 4 of them together. They're not here at the moment, but they'll be back.
Most flat earthers don't believe like solar system, universe, or anything. Some people think this is all there is. Some people think there's more land that's hidden. Some of us say there's a dome over the top of this, which sounds ridiculous at first, but a gas can't live next to a vacuum. How can any gas? If I had gas in there, and I went like that, it's methane. What's going to happen? It's going to escape and it'll go into the atmosphere. Well, how can we have sort of like gas next to a vacuum?
We'd all die.
We'd all die. It would just disappear. It would disappear in the universe. If you see rockets, they always go. You notice that? Then that's a rocket sort of like going in an arch like that, don't they? We think what they do is they take off and land, just crash them in the sea. No one's ever been to the moon. The moon's not what we think it is. The moon's nothing what we think it is. Nothing. It's a light, a hologram. We're not sure. It's not. We don't think it's a solid structure. It's not like that. It's a light. We think that we know that the sun is very close, very, very, very close. Because if you look at these crepuscular rays here, look, see that there? Now they're telling us that's 93 million miles away. How can it possibly be? When the angles of the sun.
It's a local, the sun's
It's a
local,
local sun. It's a local sun. It's not 93 million miles away. If the sun was 93 million miles away, every time it turned round, so that the Earth would turn round, it would just get blasted, that whole side.
Cheers, Kevin.
And then again,
It's great to have you here.
it might not even, you won't even see anything at all. 93 million miles away, you wouldn't see it. It's ridiculous. It's all cartoons. It's all cartoons and CGI. Everything you see on the TV.
So let me ask you, you discovered this lie, so why don't people believe on, kind of...
Because what it is,
right.
Indoctrination. When we're at school, we're taught the heliocentric model. That's
Right.
what we're all taught. We all were.
Well, when you're 5 years old, they'll tell you living on a cabbage. You believe you're living on a cabbage. You're only 5 years old.
When you're 5 years old, right, and you go to school, you believe everything you're told.
Fucking hell, mate.
You're something else.
Do you believe it on the ball?
Yeah, of course.
Well,
yeah.
well, most of the earth is
Everything-
water.
yeah.
Most of the earth is water, 71%.
Gravity. Have you heard of that?
No, it's the theory, it's never improving. It was density and buoyancy. Relative density and buoyancy.
Listen, you guys are one of these people that no matter what I say, you're still gonna believe in your bullshit.
No,
So.
it's not a belief. Water. It's
Gravity,
not a belief.
mate. Gravity.
Water.
No.
It's a fact.
Talking to you, mate. Like, see, gravity. We can observe the effects of gravity, but we don't know what gravity actually is. It's a force. It is a force. Gravity.
We can demonstrate that. Push that down or pull it down?
Listen.
Push that forward.
Listen, you're making this video, right?
Which force?
It goes down, yeah?
Is it pulling?
Pulling, yeah.
So something's pulling it. What's that?
Gravity. That's what we call gravity.
You're going around in a circle. But what is gravity?
Gravity is the force that pulls towards the circle of the Earth, mate. That's just like basic physics. Basic.
No, that's what Sir Isaac Newton taught.
So you. No, let's not go.
It's Einstein now. It's the bending of space and time.
Yeah, okay.
So it's not that what you've been doing.
It is.
So where does Einstein come into it? The bending of space and time.
That was another theory. I mean, that was another theory.
It's another theory. Then America.
Listen, as we discover more and more about science, we discover more facts and we discover more things about the nature of things that surround us.
And then, until one better theory comes along.
Yeah, usually, yeah.
That's usually. Isn't that what Einstein's bending of space
But
and time?
listen, saying that Earth is flat is an absolute fucking. I can't even. There's no words to describe it. You can. There's satellites up there. We've seen it. I mean, we've seen it from up there. Like we send people up there, and there's pictures. There's actually live feed from a satellite that you can. Yes.
What, the Hiawatha? Is that what we're talking about? The one that's
Right.
about
I don't want to get
1 million
upset. You guys live in fucking. I don't know, Middle Ages, and I'll live in my time. Yeah.
We're asking for proof, and you're just saying, I believe that shit.
I don't believe it. I know it. Listen, there's loads of because I've actually looked into this, and there's loads of top scientists that can easily like that disprove your fucking flat Earth whatever bullshit.
Let's have a look at your photos. These are your photos.
No. I'm not talking about. Listen, I'm talking about people. Highly educated people. I don't know how much school you done, but I'm talking about.
So that's a religious cult that you belong to.
Religion and science are two different things now.
No, well, I think they're the same because you have to have faith in believing in something like that, yeah? Faith?
No.
Well, okay, so you have proof of gravity.
Look.
Now you're showing me again that fell to the ground.
Listen, this is an experiment I can do a million times. No, that was the gravity.
Okay, so that was the gravity. But what is gravity?
I don't know if you know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Bending the space and whatever. What are you talking about? Yeah, but explain that because you don't understand that. You just spitting.
Evidently, I don't understand.
Well, there you go. If you don't understand.
So that is the theory, the new theory.
Yeah, but listen. Who says that is a separate theory to the Newtonian fucking whatever fucking theory he had?
American Science.
Yeah, whatever.
It's a journal. Go on there.
Yeah, what's the difference between what you're saying and what the?
It's your magazine. We're not my magazine. This is
See, that's what. If you can't explain something, you dismiss me and you go into another fucking whatever. Okay, listen. Let's start over. Yeah.
Let's try
Gravity.
relative density.
Gravity. Don't go there, mate. You're jumping from one to another. Gravity. Yeah. Boom. We live on a ball.
Is it being pushed down or pulled?
Oh God, we've been through this. Yeah. Gravity. This. Listen, gravity. Gravity is
saying this word. Should we just call it cabbages pulling it?
No.
Because you don't even know what this word is. You keep saying it.
Gravity is a force that pulls everything towards the center to the Earth. Because we live on Earth. Force of gravity, we call it.
So we're circling again. You just keep saying gravity.
No.
But this is like a magic.
Listen.
I'm hand-waving you all off.
Wait. Stop it. Stop this madness, yeah? Listen.
I'm listening.
Million times. I do that fucking zillion times, infinity times, right? And this, like I said, we can observe the effects of gravity, but scientists still dispute what the gravity actually is, right? So, I will do the same thing any amount of times you want, and that's we are observing
something fell.
No, we're observing the effects of gravity, right?
So why does a helium balloon go up?
A helium balloon goes up because it's
not being
less.
cold?
No, it's change in density and fucking. Yeah, but that's a different thing.
Relative density.
Listen, gravity. Listen, no, it doesn't make no sense. Listen, gravity. Now let me explain something about what you don't know, because you don't know shit,
Okay,
and
but-
you just.
You keep saying this word,
No.
gravity things falling.
Gravity.
You haven't explained not once on what
Okay,
this is.
I'll tell
have
you.
this magic
Can I tell you why things go up?
Okay.
Listen, gravity is the weakest force that we know of. Yeah.
Seems to be holding all these buildings and mass oceans to the ground.
Mate.
It holds all of us and the vehicles and what's it? And the
The
tanks and
universe
planes.
is not as simple as black and white, and like you can't explain it like that. Yeah.
It's a weak
Force
force,
of
but it's a
gravity.
strong force.
Yes.
It's both.
Force of gravity is the. What I was saying. Sorry, English, my second language.
Yeah, the force of gravity.
Yeah, it's the weakest force that we know of.
Okay.
So, meaning that if this is on the ground, I can easily pick it up because listen, mate, I'm not a scientist, but I'm into science. I look at it, I watch it. I listen to people,
I
actually
understand that you believe it.
educated people, because you guys, I'm guessing you haven't been to the
Show
uni.
me one proof that gravity exists other than you keep making something fall.
Mate.
Show me that something's pulling it.
Mate, this conversation makes no sense.
That's what I'm
There's no
saying.
sense.
Well, no, that's because it's difficult for you. Because you know that there is no proof of this.
Listen, if
showing
the
something
top
forward.
scientists still dispute what is, well, we all know there is gravity, but they still dispute what is gravity.
So we've
How
got
the fuck should I know, mate? I'm a simple guy.
we've
I
got-
work in a
okay,
warehouse.
okay.
What do you do for a living?
Kind of the same, whatever.
Yeah, there you go. So what the fuck do you know? What the fuck am I?
wait.
I'm not being.
No, I
sorry.
know. What I'm telling you is this guy has dedicated evidential,
Waste of time.
experimental 5 years of his
Experimental.
life
What experiments have you
on
done?
every level. Anything
What experiments have you
Look,
done?
What does an experiment mean? Today,
I will show you experiments.
I want to ask
Gravity.
you. Great.
Gravity.
Buoyant density. That's heavier than the air.
What happens?
That's heavier.
What happens now if you throw it
That's
in
heavier
water?
than the
What
air.
happens? Wait. What happens if you throw it in water? Will it go down the water?
It depends on whatever material
I
it's
don't-
made of.
Why? Because it's about density. What's more dense? I'm asking.
No, certain things float, mate.
Why? Because of density.
Like boats, they are built in
Why?
a way.
Why? Because of wood.
Mate.
Because wood doesn't sink, steel does. What I'm trying to get to you, it's all about density on that perspective. Now then there's other forces that I
My
can
head
talk to you.
hurts. I'm sorry.
Because you're not interested in learning.
Look at that. Doesn't matter
You
what
want to
way I
give
turn it.
information.
Whatever way I turn it, it's like a spirit
But
level.
what does that prove?
But are you here to you're asking a
Down in
question?
Australia, water's got to be upside down, hasn't it?
Do you want to hear the
It
answer
is,
or you
but
just
it-
want to ask a question?
No, because you've got no answers to my
Why?
questions.
I'm
'Cause
telling
you
you
don't
I
know
do.
anything.
Oh.
You guys.
So now I'm being attacked on
No,
a person level.
I'm not attacking
You're
anyone.
talking to a
You
pilot
guys-
and
no.
a man in the world of physics for the last 15
You
years
guys,
and quantum physics
you
for
guys
7
are
years.
just another cult.
Okay.
15 years of physics.
Okay. So now you're attacking. It's okay.
I'm not attacking.
Yes.
You guys just.
I
a
might as
cult.
well just swear at you, but I
Whatever.
won't. I'm just
If
going to say I
it's-
love you and I don't blame
I love you too.
Thank you. God bless.
If you guys just doing this for attention, because that's what it is probably. Because other than that, yeah.
We don't agree in pseudoscience.
Oh, so the main science is pseudoscience. Whatever you preach is the real science.
Natural science.
All right.
Yeah. The scientific method.
We don't live on a globe. We don't know what it is. We know
The
it's not a globe.
scientific method.
So
you know that.
yeah.
What's natural?
So is
natural
moon
rather-
made of cheese or is it flat as well? What is this?
moon.
Because it's just another ridiculous state. Another ridiculous state. You
What's
listen.
ridiculous about that? Natural science. What's ridiculous about natural science? The world around
What is?
us.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, you know, I can touch it, whatever.
So
but-
why do you ignore natural science?
So what is
pseudoscience?
what shape is moon?
What shape is the moon?
Yeah.
What's that got to do with where you're standing on?
It does because
Has
things.
it?
Yeah.
Really?
Because things.
So
is-
that over there has an effect on what I'm standing
he
on.
was
not over there, he wouldn't be here.
Because obviously, if this is the only flat bit in the entire universe, then you just talk bullshit.
What universe?
Oh, there is no universe.
What is the universe? Who told you there was such a thing as this big space?
And you look into
agenda?
the sky.
Yeah, I looked into the sky. Of course, I look into the sky
What,
every
what do
day.
you think
but
this? What do you think
This is
these
awesome.
lights are? Are they light
Normally
bulbs?
the other way round,
No,
but this
they're
is
not, but then have you-
one
have
flat
you
earther,
personally
2, 3,
found
4
out
myself.
Exactly what it is?
And
Or have you been
it's the
taking
opposite
into
way round. This is
consideration exactly
awesome.
what you've been told?
all of your life?
Yeah.
From when you were a child?
I mean, listen, if I could afford a giant telescope, I'll look at myself, yeah? But unfortunately, I haven't got that much money. If I could go into space...
You can get the P900 and you'll see that it's cosmic phenomena that stars are, right?
Listen, you can get a good camera and have a closer look at the moon. Zoom out and you can see perfectly. You can see the craters. You can see everything you want.
Just because
mate.
you're a 7-foot white guy doesn't make me so, does it?
Well, it's just a skate, but I'm a 6 foot. Really.
You know what I mean?
See, that's yeah.
Come on. You know?
I haven't really.
I don't know why, Colin. Nothing's been changed. So if you've lost the range, sorry, Colin. I'll sort that out.
There is the universe. If you want the pressure,
You don't understand pressure.
Right, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking
Pressure.
Pressure of what?
Of anything. Pressure needs something to press upon, yeah?
I don't know what that means, mate.
You don't know what that means?
No.
You don't know the...
Let's talk about universe. Does the universe
Yeah.
exist?
The universe?
Yeah.
Depends what you call the universe.
I mean...
We're in a contained system.
Yeah, in a
Yeah.
way, it gotta be. Like,
No, it isn't in a way. It has to be.
It's infinitely
No,
big. Almost, or like, yeah, whatever. Oh my
Your
God.
story.
By
You've
our-
been told that.
You've been told that. Don't make it real.
That's
is
a
it?
story.
You've been told that you've got an infinite universe.
But
Doesn't make it
you
real.
guys seem to have all the answers, like,
No, we don't have the answers.
No,
We're
we
questioning.
don't.
We're questioning what we've been told.
We're using the science against
Okay,
it.
is there stars out there? Please tell me.
Yeah, there's lights
we
in the
think they're
sky.
lights, little
Yeah.
lights in the sky, little plasma, little bits of plasma.
Yeah, because
they're not like when you see them on NASA.
At 36,000 feet, I see them just over there. I don't see them. 36,000 feet.
Is there other planets and moons out there? Is in this solar system?
Wandering stars? What, lights
No,
in the sky?
no, forget about the stars. In this solar system, is there another planets and moons?
Why don't we talk about what we're on? Right here.
The
What
solar
we're on.
system is all
Why do you
crap
keep
out
going
of textbooks
somewhere
that
else?
are written
Yeah,
much.
sorry.
100 years ago.
Basic question. What is that round thing
That
in
round
the
thing,
sky?
bright thing?
Yeah.
We call it the sun.
Yeah.
It is a life-giving force. That's
Okay.
all we
It's
know.
93 million miles away.
So it's the center of this. It's the center of this. What do you call it? Planetary system.
Who said it's the centre?
We think you're the centre of everything.
The centre?
You're the centre of everything, my friend.
It's just going around us, man. It's just going around us. That's all
See,
it
when
is.
you're trying to talk to a cult members, you
Cult.
can't win.
You see, that's the thing,
It's
this is
just
all
like talking to
derogatory.
Scientologists,
Pseudo-science.
Christians, Muslims, anything like that.
You're not willing to accept the alternatives or any other alternatives.
The alternatives that you give me.
Hi guys, my screen is frozen on my side. Can you give us a thumbs up if you can still see and hear? Okay.
People traveled around the globe. Like people traveled around.
They've never gone from north to south, only west to east, around that way. They've never gone around that way.
I've travelled around and it wasn't
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, it was more like that.
Uh-huh.
It was more like I was going like that. Because all the planes, yeah, they flew straight and level.
Okay, someone started from America, go all the way around. Fly a plane and you can see Earth go like this, yeah? Curvature. I saw it. I was on a plane fucking...
That's the apparent.
Okay, so I think it's probably best for me to restart.
Oh, hello, my darling. Good to see
Yeah, I'm going to restart the stream, guys. It seems like my screen's frozen.
We don't believe it's all CGI.
All right, have you looked at the
CGI cartoon.
Yes, I did.
And